the Sidemen maybe planned the whole diss track saga at the start of 2017, you know, because JJ went into hibernation. I don't care what anyone says, right? There is no way that anyone is going to get to 58 million subscribers again. I generally don't think that. That is a ridiculous achievement. When I look at the small YouTuber community, the main friction comes in the whole sub for sub problem. Now, some send death threats, they give hate, they use expletives, and it's just not acceptable. Like, you know, you should be supporting one another in the YouTube community. You can help out more small creators. I would love to have a few more opportunities, really, as a small YouTuber. But what I want to say to you guys is that I used to struggle with self-esteem, and it was YouTube that made me see that don't ever compare yourself. Welcome to the season premiere of the DJ Bagpuss Show. I'm your host for today, and till your singing eyes and fingers drew me laughing to your eyes, and you sang, said to me, let me unfold you. Here I am, waiting to hold you. Right, I want to start this podcast off by saying, hello everybody, how are you doing? DJ Bagpuss here, and welcome to a brand new series of the DJ Bagpuss Show. Oh man, do you know why I'm laughing, right? I'll tell you why I'm laughing, and that is because I generally cannot believe we are back for a brand new set of podcasts. Like, generally, I am astounded at the point. I know I've said this before, but I'm generally astounded. You know, astounded? Is that a word? We just made a word. I'm astounded at the fact that we are back for a brand new set of podcasts. If someone said to me 9 months ago when I recorded my very first episode of the DJ Bagpuss Show, that if someone had said to me that, you know, you not only would the first series take off and be actually a successful hit, but you would come back 5 months later after the season finale of season 1 and come back to do a brand new set of podcasts. If they put their hand out and asked me to shake their hand, I would have just laughed at their hand and probably just put my middle finger up and told them to, you know, do one, because I generally didn't believe that anybody was going to be watching it. But thankfully, you guys not only watched it, but you smashed it, and the support that you showed on season 1 has brought us back here for season 2, and for that I am eternally grateful. And without getting so soppy, nearly just a couple of minutes into the brand new series, I want to say thank you so much for being here. If you are excited for the brand new series of the DJ Bagpuss Show, then show your excitement and appreciation by hitting like and also subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And if you've missed the DJ Bagpuss Show, let me know. You guys let me know on Twitter at DJ Bagpuss 1998. Also let me know down in the comment section below, and you know, use the hashtag DJ Bagpuss Show. The hashtag is back, and we are back for a brand new series. As you can tell though, there are a couple of changes from season 1 to season 2. As you can see, we're in a brand new location. I hope you've liked what we've done with the place. As you can see to my left, we've got our brand new opening title sequence logo, and my other channel logo that I do need to get up onto my YouTube channel. That is to the right of me, that is to the left of me. Both of these were designed by my very talented and very creative, I call her the creative producer. She is my graphics designer as well. Graphics designer, you know, picture mate, I don't know really what was it. We'll go graphic designer. Graphic designer sounds pretty good. But these two images were created and crafted by my very talented and very beautiful sister, Sarah Bagley. As I said, she is my graphic designer for this YouTube channel, and she has created me my brand new channel logo and the logo for the DJ Bagpuss Show. So you can see those to the left and the right of me. So thank you very much, sis, for that. I owe you one big time on that. Now, what are we actually going to be talking about today in the very first episode of Season 2 of the DJ Bagpuss Show? Well, we're going to be seeing, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about the highs and lows of YouTube. We're going to start by talking about just the YouTube community generally and giving my overall opinion to the YouTube community, and then in the second half of this podcast we're going to be talking about my YouTube channel, kind of picking up from where we left off in episode 10 of the DJ Bagpuss Show Season 1, and then kind of, you know, start in Season 2, Episode 1, picking up from where we left off. Really, that is what I really want to plan. We'll be doing that in the second half of this podcast, but in the first part we're going to be talking about just the YouTube community in general, because, you know, I've got quite a lot to talk about, you know, about the YouTube community, and also there's been a lot of stuff that's happened from when I left you guys in the college recording studio at the end of July to where we are right now. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. This is going to be talking about all kind of things in terms of YouTube, and I know a lot of my subscribers are also YouTubers themselves, so that's going to be interesting. And if anyone out there that wants to be a YouTuber can watch this podcast and also be kind of inspired or entertained, and kind of, I'm going to give you my honest opinion about what you are letting yourself in for if you decide to become a YouTuber. And just anyone out there that's interested in the whole YouTube saga, this podcast is for you. So sit back, relax, get some food, get some drink. We're going to be here a while, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. Before that though, let me tell you and give you kind of a rough basic outline of really what is going to be happening in this series in terms of the changes and what you are going to, basically what you're going to be expecting, and what you're going to be going to see over the next couple of weeks as the DJ Bagpuss Show makes its full return to my YouTube channel. So basically, first and foremost, the major change is in terms of the schedule of my YouTube channel. Obviously, when we started the DJ Bagpuss Show last year, in kind of when we brought it out in March, we ran it from March to July, there was, at that point, that was literally the only thing going up on my channel. It was literally just the DJ Bagpuss Show. Then we started to incorporate Bagpuss Uncut and all of that good stuff later on down the line. But right now, we've come a long way since then, and there is a lot of stuff on my channel. You've got my FIFA 18 content, you've got Bagpuss Uncut, you've got Analysing Arsenal, you have got my horror stories, you have got my Living in the Prem football kind of podcast review series, and just a whole load of other videos as well. So the DJ Bagpuss Show Season 2 is going to be probably every 2 weeks. The next podcast is going to be around about the 15th of December. And then we're going to be doing one towards right at the end of 2017, and then from 2018 it's probably going to be every 2 weeks. So rather than every week, every 2 weeks, and they're just going to be longer, more extended podcasts, and they're going to be worth the wait, trust me. It gives me time to also work on my other projects and other stuff that is on the channel as well. So that is going to be kind of where we start really. It is going to be every 2 weeks. It might be sometimes every 3 weeks, but it is going to be every 2 weeks. Now last season also we did ourselves 10 podcasts. This season we are starting with 20 podcasts, because we're only going to be doing it every 2 weeks. I have doubled the amount of podcasts. We're going to start with 20 podcasts. We may even do more. I'm really tempted to run the DJ Bagpuss Show Season 2 from where we are now, so this is the beginning of December, and we're going to run it all the way through, probably until late August. Early August, late August is probably where we're going to end it, and then we'll bring it back in December as well. But we're going to start with 20 podcasts. Wherever the time, space, and time zone is after 20 podcasts, we will come and decide whether we are going to end the series at that point. But we are going to start with 20 podcasts, and 20 podcasts, a podcast every 2 weeks, and there's going to be 20 of those for Season 2, I will tell you that now. The only other change really for this series is in terms of a creative edit that I have come up with, and I'm literally just getting all the boring stuff out of the way first and foremost. We're going to be basically in terms of, as you can tell, there's no background music. Now last season, in all of the 10 podcasts that I did, there was always background music to accompany the podcast. I scrapped that idea mainly because, well, 2 reasons. Firstly, I've been watching loads of podcasts over the summer, and it was literally my podcast that was the only podcast that I've encountered that literally has backing and background music to accompany the podcast, And even though I like that, I feel like that the background music was just there for the sake of being there. If you guys want the background music to return, then let me know down in the comment section below and I'll bring it back 100%. But I just feel like it's kind of irrelevant, and also you guys, I don't really think care about the background music. You're here to hear what I'm going to say and watch hopefully an entertaining podcast. So I feel like the backing music is not really needed, and I don't really feel like we just have to need it right there. Basically, it's kind of, that's the point I'm trying to get to. So I've got rid of the backing music as well, and also in terms of what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be touching upon issues that we encountered last season. So we are going to be talking about gaming again. Obviously, I spoke about YouTube right there. We're going to be doing another YouTube podcast today. But we're going to be talking about a lot more generalised and talking about much more general things rather than just things based on me. We're still going to be doing like the personal stories of mine. You guys really seem to enjoy those like personal stories that I told you. So we are going to be doing that again. But I feel like it's going to be a bit more general. And also, I'm going to try and get on as many guests as I can. There's going to be podcasts which is going to be me talking. You get to see my beautiful face. I don't really know where that came from. I don't really know what that was, but we'll move on with that. Yeah, we're going to be kind of bringing in as many guests as we can. We're also going to bringing on hopefully a co-host as well for as many podcasts as we can. For now, it is just me, but that is my intention and plan from what we're going to do. We're going to bring on more guests, we're going to have a co-host, and things are just going to be really, really good. Hopefully, anyway, that is the plan. You know me with plans. I have all these plans, I have all of these ideas. It's just whether we can actually turn those ideas and plans into actual, real, proper videos. So we shall see what will happen, basically. The only other thing and final thing I will be talking to you about before we get this podcast underway is the fact that now you can download the DJ Bagpuss Show on SoundCloud. I've created a SoundCloud account and I'm going to be putting this podcast, so from the date that this podcast goes live, the audio recording of the DJ Bagpuss Show Season 2 Episode 1, The Highs and Lows of YouTube, is available on my SoundCloud. You can download that podcast for free. It is completely free. Go over to soundcloud.co.uk, type in DJ Bagpuss, and you'll be able to download Season 2, Episode 1, this podcast. You'll be able to download as well. It's an MP3, so you can put it on your phone, you can put it on your tablet, you can put it on anything you want, anything that your heart desires, and actually what device actually allows you to put MP3s, whatever the format is, whatever the device, if it allows you to download, then you'll be able to download my podcast. So if you want to go for like a run, or if you've got a long car journey, or if you're just chilling out in bed and you don't really want to watch a YouTube video, you just want to listen to something just before you go to sleep, then you can download and listen to my podcast free of charge. It will just be an audio recording, so you'll be able to hear this voice and nothing else. And yeah, it's just something that I have kind of worked with SoundCloud to do, and I just feel like it will be interesting. And we're now at a point where I want to give you guys multiple alternative kind of places to watch the DJ Bagpuss Show and listen to the DJ Bagpuss Show. So go to my SoundCloud, the link to it is going to be on screen now, and it'll also be in the description of this video. So if you want to download it and listen to it, again, it's free of charge. Just go over there, download it, and you can listen to it on any device you want and listen to it to wherever you are. And also let me know, if you do download it, please let me know down in the comment section below, or tweet me at DJ Bagpuss98. Tell me if you have downloaded it and what you were doing at the time of listening to this podcast. And that is the only major change really. I'm also going to be adding the entire first season to SoundCloud a couple of days after this video goes live. So I'm going to be adding Season 2 Episode 1 the day of when this YouTube video goes live. And then probably in about 2 or 3 days after that, we will be adding the entire first season as well. So you can listen to all 10 episodes of Season 1. And as Season 2 comes out, the day it goes live on my YouTube channel, it will go live on the SoundCloud account as well. So yeah, check that out in the description below. And I think we are ready to kickstart this podcast. I've got water and a cup of tea because, as you know, my mouth gets incredibly dry, and it already gets dry after only talking for 10 minutes. So yeah, let's get this podcast underway. The water returns, and yeah, let's get this underway. So we're going to be talking about today YouTube, the highs, the lows of YouTube. We're going to start with talking about the YouTube community. And yeah, I mean, basically, the reason why I want to talk about this is that I've now been a content creator for 9 months. I started in March, and we're now approaching December. So I've been a YouTube content creator for 9 months. It's quite a long time actually, 9 months. And I have seen lots of things on YouTube. I've seen the highs, I've seen the lows. I have basically, I've seen YouTube in a completely different way. It's not just changed my life, but it's made me see YouTube in a completely different way. Obviously, as being a content creator, YouTube would be like that, and it would make me see YouTube in a completely different light. But for content creators in 2017, it has been quite an up and down trajectory of, you know, moments of euphoria and moments of real frustration. And I've encountered that myself as well. We'll get onto that later on in the podcast. But for YouTube content creators, there's been moments where the YouTube community has branded together and come together and formed, you know, real alliances and real moments of strength. And there's also been moments where the YouTube community has vented and shown their frustration in some of the problems that YouTube are having, and also some of the things that actually YouTube are doing behind the scenes to basically just screw over content creators. Now, I'm not making money at this particular moment from YouTube, so I'm not having first-hand, you know, experience of these type of problems, but I'm talking about YouTubers who are getting their content demonetized and having problems in terms of YouTube demonetizing because they feel that their content is not user-friendly and all of that kind of stuff. And also the fact of, and this is something that does apply to me, we're going to be talking about how the small YouTuber community vents its frustration at the lack of opportunities that YouTube as the company themselves allow for small YouTube content creators to, you know, expand and grow their YouTube channel into maybe potentially something of having a full-time job and, you know, starting a career basically out of being a YouTuber as well. So there's obviously peaks and troughs. You know, there's peaks and troughs in everything you do in life, and there's peaks and troughs from, you know, any job that you do whatsoever. Like, you're going to have moments that you excel in, and there's going to be moments that you're really happy with, but there's also going to be moments of real frustration and moments that you literally just want to tear your hair out and go, oh, you know, I'm actually really, really annoyed at that. And YouTube is the exact same. You know, us as content creators, we have all of these ideas, we have all of these kind of, well, we kind of have all of these areas that we want to touch upon, and we have all of these, you know, great ideas that we think is going to entertain you guys, inform you guys, make you guys laugh, make you guys cry. You know, we have all of these different ideas, we have all of these kind of creative choices that bubble up inside us, you know, all the time. And then, you know, sometimes either we can't do them because YouTube, you know, their algorithm is screwing us over, or we have to change something because it's not user-friendly in the detrimental term of YouTube. And there are moments like that that are very, very, very frustrating. There's also been lots of change in big creators and the controversy that big creators are coming across. And I'm going to talk about these first and foremost. I mean, I'm talking about the whole Sidemen beef, the KSI Joe Weller, the PewDiePie scandal, the currently, and it's very, very topical, the Jack Maynard controversy. Obviously, if you guys know, if you watch I'm a Celebrity, Jack Maynard was kicked off of I'm a Celebrity because of a string of, you know, past tweets that resurfaced, and because of the nature of these tweets, he had to exit I'm a Celebrity, and he's made an apology on his YouTube channel. So it's been kind of a year on YouTube that has been surrounded by controversy, but also has moments which the YouTube community can be very, very proud of. First and foremost, we need to discuss the whole diss track saga, really, because I'm a big, big fan of the Sidemen, as you know. If you have a look on my liked videos, which is a playlist on my YouTube channel, you will be able to see that I am a big, big fan of all of the Sidemen because I love FIFA and I love the FIFA content and the football videos and all of that good stuff and everything that they do. But the diss track saga was interesting, to say the least. I was currently going through a summer which was extremely stressful, and I will get onto that later on, but I was looking at all of these diss tracks and thinking, you are absolute geniuses, all of you. Whether the whole Sidemen beef was real or fake or whether it was just a publicity scandal, or whether it was just a way of the Sidemen making an absolute, just incredible ton of views in a short space of time. I don't know, but whatever it was genius from a YouTube standpoint. As a content creator, it was absolutely genius. For those of you guys that don't know, and I'm pretty sure every single one of you watching this video will know and have some idea of the whole Sidemen beef and YouTube scandal. Basically, KSI, who is the biggest YouTuber in the UK, actually, I think PewDiePie has got like 58 million, but he's not in the UK, but I think KSI has got the most subscribers in England. He's got around 15, 16 million subscribers. Absolutely crazy ton of subscribers. He's obviously in the Sidemen with, you know, Josh, who is Zerka, Mini Minter, who is Simon, you know, Road to Shore, who is Harry, Vicstar123, who is Vic, Ethan, who is Bazinga, Tobe Jizzle, who is Toby, and I think that's 7. Yeah, there's 7 of them. I might have missed one person. I don't think I have. You got JJ, Ethan, Toby, Simon, Harry, Josh, and Vic. Yeah, it's 7. And KSI made a video where he first of all put out a tweet that said that he was leaving the Sidemen, and a lot of people thought it was a joke. A lot of people didn't really take it on board, and a lot of people just had to put it down to a throwaway tweet. And then he made a video saying, "I'm leaving the Sidemen," in that he was basically roasting Ethan and saying Ethan was to blame to one of the reasons that he left the Sidemen. And then Ethan made a diss track, and then JJ came back with making a diss track, and then Harry got involved making 2 diss tracks. And then JJ went back to them, then he had a dig at Joe Weller, and that is when all the KSI and Joe Weller business kicked off. And then Simon took a hit at Deji, who is JJ's brother, and then Vic made a diss track, and it was just, you know, so many diss tracks. Willie E made a diss track, JMX made a diss track, Chris MD made a diss track, and his diss track was absolutely hilarious. I absolutely love Chris MD, but, you know, all of these diss tracks were surfacing left, right and centre. And a lot of these diss tracks were stuff that they were saying to each other that were very, very personal, very, very offensive, and they were cutting right to the cloth. And like, I was sitting there thinking, Jesus, like Harry's second one, which was KSI Exposed, some of the stuff that he was saying in that diss track, I was like, Jesus, it was the most personal things you could think of. It was the most, like, hatred things you could think of. He was being very, very, I mean, it certainly wasn't part of YouTube's user-friendly kind of content, shall we say. It was basically filth, but it was absolutely hilarious. Simon's diss track was absolutely brilliant. JJ's first diss track I wasn't a big fan of, but then Little Boy was absolutely brilliant. And it was just very, very, very clever. Now, part of me feels that the diss track saga was fake. Some of it I'd say was fake. Others I'd say it was real. Like, the fact is of how hard the shots that everyone was doing, firstly made me think, wow, like, saying stuff like that kind of makes me feel like, could that be real? Do they generally mean it? But on the other side, I feel like it's a very, very clever marketing campaign by the Sidemen. The Sidemen maybe planned the whole diss track saga at the start of 2017, you know, because JJ went into hibernation, and he literally went into hibernation on YouTube. The day I started YouTube was the day he uploaded his last video. I was like, as soon as I get onto YouTube, KSI disappears. Kind of says a lot, really. But what I think actually happened, and I could be wrong, but this seems plausible, that the Sidemen at the start of the year were thinking, we need something that is going to get us a absolute kind of shit ton of views, like, and that is the best way to describe it, to get an absolutely gargantuan amount of views. And JJ would say, right, why don't I go into hibernation, you know, completely take a break from YouTube, delete all of my, or privatise all of my old videos, and say that I'm looking for a change, I want to, you know, re-image myself, mould myself into a better human. And it's plausible, like, JJ might have actually wanted to do that. But I feel like his return, when he returned to YouTube, and then he brought out his audio tracks, and then he started doing these kind of mini vlog play series that were basically all about the diss tracks, and then him doing the diss tracks, and then reacting to the other Sidemen diss track, and then returning to the Sidemen house, and then they all come together in about a month from when the first diss track happened to when the last diss track happened, and then they all get back together. It seems like it was a very plausible, and I could be wrong, I don't know what happened, I don't know what happened or what goes on behind closed doors, but I I feel like, and it's very plausible, that the Sidemen basically in their heart of heart planned it all, and JJ planned that he was going to come off YouTube. When he came back, he would firestorm this whole wave of diss tracks, and it was going to take everyone by storm. But then on the other side, you know, some of the blows that they were doing, they may have said to each other, you know, we can go as hard as you can, but there's videos like Road to Shore reacting to Little Boy with his mum. His mum generally looked outraged and she looked angry. And if that is the case, like if it was all fake, you know, Harry would have warned his mum prior, but then could have said, you know, that would be, you know, mum, do a fake reaction of you being incredibly bad. I don't know. It seems plausible in my head that it could have been just done as a setup, but there are elements and moments in it where I do categorically state that it could be true, it couldn't be true. I don't know, really. I generally don't know whether it was real or whether it was false. You know, it could have been one or two of those things, really. But that happened, and then as soon as the diss tracks decided to kind of go away and blow over, we then had the business with Joe Weller and KSI. Now, I think this is real beef. Like, I generally believe that these two absolutely hate each other. Again, it's genius marketing, really, because obviously recently we had the Floyd and Mayweather fight, which was an absolute storm. You know, you saw like the True Geordie, he did the kickoff live of it and got like 16, 17 million views on that. The fight itself was generating so much publicity and there was so much hype around the fight that it was just a firestorm that even if you weren't into, you know, boxing, you still heard it about it everywhere you went and everywhere you turned, people were talking about it, and it just made you go, oh wow, I can't really get away from that. But the Joe Weller KSI business, it started out with them going back and forth in terms of sending kind of abusive tweets to one another, slagging each other off on Twitter, and then it all blew up at Upload, because obviously, as you know, or you may not know, that Joe Weller and KSI are going to be doing a fight. They're going to be fighting, they're going to be boxing in the ring between each other on the 3rd, I believe it's Saturday the 3rd of February. I'm pretty sure that is the date of when these two are going to be taken to the ring and fighting between each other. I think it's the 3rd of February, I'm not too sure. But basically at Upload, which was around September this year, they did the pre-match press conference, really. It was hosted by the True Geordie, and it was basically 20 minutes of Joe Weller and KSI fighting, verbally fighting, shall we say, against each other. Earlier in the day, KSI tried to get Joe Weller on stage during his press kind of tour that he was doing, his conference. I think it was KSI's conference, and Joe Weller went on stage, you know, to interrupt his conference that he was doing with his fans. I think he was doing like a Q&A type segment with him. And then basically, we all knew there was some animosity in the air that day. You could see it in the vlogs. You could see that these two were not happy with each other, that something was blowing up and there was something brewing in the air. And once we got to the pre-match press conference between the two, they started, and after verbally attacking each other, things started to get a bit physical. Now, KSI said something which really triggered Joe Weller, and that was to do with mental health. Now, I am not an advocate of anyone slagging off mental health, and I do think JJ crossed the line. But obviously, Joe Weller responded and then pushed KSI. KSI pushed Joe Weller. A physical fight kind of cascaded and kicked off, and then they had to be separated, and then obviously DT came on the stage, and there was so much like hostility, and then he kicked off with a supposed bottle backstage hitting someone in terms of the Upload, when all of the YouTubers went backstage, and it all kicked off again. Joe Weller tried to throw a bottle, he missed, KSI hit a girl, and like, on one hand it was entertaining to watch, and it generated a lot of views. There was a lot of people, you know, so kind of fixated on all of this kind of beef and all of this animosity. But on the other hand, is it setting the right example for the young YouTube fan base? Obviously, a lot of young people watch KSI and Joe Weller, and are they advocating violence? You know, what KSI said about mental health, and I could see the argument for the for and against. I could see what people were saying in terms of what KSI said. I think he did go overboard. I think he crossed the line 100% in what he said about mental health, and saying that you want antidepressants, because it's just not a laughing matter. So many people day by day struggle with mental health, and they can't get away from that. And I totally understand 100% that there's going to be people out there who suffer with mental health, and it's never a laughing matter. You should never joke about it, and you should never mock someone because of their disability or something that they can't do. Like, I know that firsthand. Like generally you just shouldn't do it. What I would say though is that on one hand, yes, it could be seen and deemed to be setting a bad example to younger audiences, but also you have to look at it from the business side, and YouTube is a business. People who do it full time as their job, who make money from it, it is a business. And what you have to say is that sometimes the best business and what makes the most money is the more controversial stuff. There are so many things on TV, there are so many films that are controversial, that touch on sensitive subject matters, that show endless amounts of violence, sex, sexual violence. Whether you agree or disagree with it, it makes money. And that is what you have to bear in mind, is that YouTubers, although they might love what they're doing, they have to survive, so they have to make money from the content that they are creating. And the more controversy, the more kind of the more controversial it is, the more hype that surrounds it, and then in truth adds up in terms of the mass of it, that the more views you're going to get. I mean, in terms of the diss track, KSI got 35 million hits on Little Boy. Roadshaw got 22 million on his first diss track. On his second diss track, so on Roadshaw Sucks, he got 32 million. On KSI Exposed, he got 13 million. Sidemen got 30 million hits on KSI's little brother. Vic got 10 million views on his diss track. Chris MD got 7 million views on his diss track. I mean, that is crazy. That is a crazy amount of views and subscribers, and how many subscribers they were getting. They were getting up to like 50,000 subscribers every single day. That is every day they were getting, a brand new, they were getting just a shed load of subscribers and views per day. And it was just a storm. It was an absolute storm. The beef between Joel and KSI is still ongoing right now, and it's averaging between 1 to 5 million views per video. And yeah, I don't advocate like the violence or the jokes about antidepressants or anything like that, but on the other hand, I did find it entertaining. I was glued to it. I kept watching all the videos of the Sidemen reacting to their diss track. I watched all of the videos on Joe Weller and KSI, and Joe Weller's interpretation of the events, KSI's interpretation of the events, True Geordie's interpretation of the events, like mini. I was watching the same thing basically taken from 5 different viewpoints. I was basically doing a vantage point where you see the same thing happening from 8 different people, because it was just, at the time, it was the hype around YouTube, and if it is a stunt and if it is fake, then it's genius, because it's getting these YouTubers just so many views and so many new subscribers, and making them just ridiculous amounts of money, and also is entertaining their fan base. And then if it is actually real, then again, they're still getting something out of real drama and real beef. I've also got a cup of tea here, guys, should I say, off track. We didn't have a big enough cup clean in the house, so I've had to set off this Pirates of the Caribbean cup, so nothing beats a cup of tea, it really doesn't. But yeah, like, all of these kind of diss tracks and all of these, the Sidemen beef and what the big content creators are doing, they're just trying to survive, and they're just trying to stay in the game. I might not agree or advocate with some of the stuff that they are releasing, but it entertains me. And if it entertains me, I have no right to sit there and say, oh, you should be doing that, because if I'm watching it, I'm part of the audience that is making this as successful as possible. And for big content creators, right, like, what I think people don't understand as well is the fact of how much effort actually goes into keeping up something like this. And that is the same for the small YouTube community and the big YouTube community. And it's also something that the non-YouTuber and the the media and the mainstream media don't really seem to understand, because like there's been this whole thing over the last couple of weeks with the whole Maynard business and the PewDiePie scandal, particularly with the mainstream media, who basically they say and they think that YouTubers are nowhere near ready for mainstream media, and in spite of that they're also not ready to make it in the mainstream media, and they also should get themselves a proper job. Like there's this quite ignorant feeling, not by all mainstream media, but a large and significant proportion of the mainstream media believe that YouTube as a format, they don't care about it, they don't want to know about it. If you don't make it in the mainstream media, if you're not on the mainstream media, they don't like YouTubers coming to mainstream media, and they don't really recognise it as a proper job that people make their careers out of. And the simple fact is that YouTube's come a long way. There's been a major difference from where the YouTube community started to where it is right now. And there is a lot of people out there that have made a name for themselves, have made a career for themselves by being a YouTuber. And I'm saying this from a position that I'm in the small YouTube category and looking at the big time YouTubers and thinking just, oh my god, absolutely incredible. But what I've learned from these last like 9 months on YouTube is that the big time creators have even more restrictions than I do, and also in terms of, because of the restrictions that they get, means that is why they have controversy, and that is why they are in the limelight of controversial moments. Like Maynard has got a huge amount of subscribers. Like generally he's got a ridiculous amount of subscribers and views, and he is just taken off by storm. I mean, not just because of his music career, but like, in terms of his vlogs, he's just blown, you know, off water. PewDiePie is the most subscribed YouTuber ever, with 58 million people subscribed to his channel, which is something that is never ever going to be repeated again. I don't care what anyone says, right? There is no way that anyone is going to get to 58 million subscribers again. I generally don't think that. That is a ridiculous achievement. And obviously these YouTubers have started where I've started. They've started from nothing, from scratch, doing everything by themselves, and then building up their audience, growing the rendition of their audience, and then getting their channel monetized, and just becoming stronger and stronger and stronger, and exploding and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And the thing is, because they've got so many subscribers and they've got so many kind of views as well, that the high pressured cooker that they go into reaches astronomical levels, really. And what I mean by this is that, say for example, I make a mistake, right, and I make a silly mistake, or I say something that I don't mean, and I do something that was a little bit stupid, and we all do it, you know. Every single person watching this video in their life has done something they're ashamed of, that they didn't mean to do, you know, a mistake that they've made that's backfired, and something that they apologise for and wish that they didn't do. And that same goes for YouTubers, because us as YouTubers, we have so many ideas and we have so much content to create, and it's all about us, you know, looking at a camera and talking to that camera. And for me, I feel like that when you're in that like situation, position, you've got a lot of stuff on your mind, and sometimes what you might say, even though you didn't mean it in that way, gets translated to something different, which can offend or upset anyone. I mean, some of the stuff that I say in this podcast, some of you will take it in one respect, and others will take it in a different respect. Not, you know, I'm not saying a good thing or a bad thing, but every single person that watches any kind of videos, they take a different interpretation from that video. Like, case in point, for my bullying video that I did, like, in the first season of the DJ Bagpuss Show, I had some people that were, everyone was really, really supportive of it, because it was a really difficult video to do, but some people said that, I'm trying to say this in the best possible way, some people said that they understood where I was coming from and understood kind of the points that I was making, but there was other people that said to me that they felt that I was blaming the victim, that I was victim blaming, and that wasn't what I was intending to do. But some people took what I was saying as I was victim blaming rather than blaming the bullies. And I was basically saying that it's a two-way thing, that if you let someone walk over you and you don't stand up to them, then you are technically being as bad as the bullies, because they're allowing you to walk over them and you're just sitting there, you know, accepting it. And some people agreed with that, some people disagreed with that. And obviously when you do anything, it's all about opinions, but sometimes some of the things you can say can come back and bite you on the arse. obviously with PewDiePie, the stuff that he said bit him on the arse, and with Jack Maynard, what he said definitely. I mean, he had the chance to finish off 2017 going into the jungle, and he looked to be, I think he was one of the favourites actually for I'm a Celebrity, and has been booted out in a couple of days and had to make that apology. And the thing is because they've got so many like subscribers, if I make a mistake right now, you know, I get between 20 to 500 views per video. So if I make a mistake and say something that really offends someone and I have to do like an apology to it, then I've only offended or upset 500 people. Now the implications of that will be quite bad for my channel, because I've built up a team of 135 subscribers. I get between 20 to 500 views. If I offend a large, you know, significant proportion of my audience, I'll lose them and then lose the work that I've been making, trying to, you know, make it as a YouTuber, and that would be disastrous for me. But it's not going to be like breaking news. Like if I say something which makes me lose all my subscribers and all my views, and then, you know, that would be horrendous for me, but it's not going to end up on, you know, BBC primetime news at 6 o'clock. Like it generally is not going to be making the, you know, the primetime breaking news slot, because it's just not breaking news. You know, the only person it really affects is, you know, me, because it's my YouTube channel. Oh, lovely. And sorry for everyone out there listening on SoundCloud. The pauses that you might hear is literally just me drinking a cup of tea to keep my mouth as dry as possible, with a lovely cup of tea as well that I've made. But yeah, you know, so if I make a mistake, it's not really going to generate too much publicity. But if PewDiePie or Jack Maynard or even KSI to that extent make a mistake, because they've got millions of people watching and millions of subscribers, if they make a mistake, it is going to have barbaric consequences for them, and it is going to make primetime, you know, news and primetime media, because it just does. If you've got millions of subscribers and millions of people watching your YouTube channel, then the mainstream media take notice of you. They weren't going to take notice of me. Why they take notice of me? I've got 135 subscribers and I'm getting views, but I'm part of the thousands of small YouTubers that are in the same position that I'm in. You know, and I've got thousands of bigger YouTubers who will just wipe the floor of their numbers in the amount of views and subscribers they get from where I am. So the mainstream media really only take notice of the really, really successful and big top YouTubers. And with that, when they do make a mistake, they love to point the finger and basically just shoot them in the back, really, is what they really want to do. And for me, like, when I look at it, everybody makes a mistake from time to time, but what annoys me is that these YouTubers, if they do make a mistake, they hold their hands up and they say, I'm sorry. And everybody, excuse me, everybody deserves a second chance. Like, you make a mistake, you fess up to that mistake, you know, you say sorry, you rectify what you did wrong, and then you move on. But the mainstream media love to shoot these big YouTubers down, and whether that is jealousy on their part because some of these bigger YouTubers have got better viewing figures than mainstream media TV programs just themselves, or whether it's the fact that they are just naive and they are ignorant of the fact that they feel like big YouTubers should be getting proper jobs and shouldn't be getting the amount of money and views and subscribers that they're getting because of the fact that they have started on YouTube. Right? I think the mainstream media have that ignorant tone, and it's not all of them. Like it's a small section. You know, there's a lot of mainstream media, like the small recognised YouTubers. They brought them onto their sofa. You know, they love seeing people who go viral on the internet doing really successful. They love to bring them on to share their stories, to give inspiration to people out there who want to try and, you know, recreate the success that they have achieved. But the mainstream media, there's a lot of people out there that aren't as optimistic, that aren't as positive with the big YouTubers. And whether that is because of the age, like there are lots of people in the mainstream media who are in their kind of their 50s, 60s, 70s, and not all of them, because I have 50 people who are aged 50 and over watching my YouTube channel. I even have people who are 65 years and over watch my YouTube channel. My parents are in their 60s and they are fully supporting me and they are fully behind the kind of internet movement, and they recognise that this could take off and become something good. Obviously they want me to get a job in the meantime to get some money under my belt, which I'm going to be doing in the new year, but they are totally understanding and supportive of what I'm doing right now, which is absolutely brilliant. But there's a lot of people in their age bracket who don't understand what YouTube is. They've never watched a YouTube video in their life. They just feel that it's just people messing about on camera, having a laugh, and not actually doing anything productive with their time. Where actually YouTube is very, very productive, and it's very, very, you know, strenuous and stressful, and it is hard work to maintain a successful YouTube channel. And I don't think that people in that age category, whether they don't want to learn about not just YouTube, but just technology in general, like there are people out there that didn't grow up with any technology, now that we have so much resourceful technology at our disposal, they don't want to really take any notice of it. And I completely understand that. But it is a form of ignorance, and it is a form of arrogance to the fact that they won't open up and share about it. And to say that any of these big time YouTubers don't deserve to be doing the job and getting the success from the job that they are doing, and also to the fact that they need to get a proper job, is just completely out of line. And I don't think, no matter how far we go and however far YouTube goes and takes off, I generally believe and feel like that there's going to be a significant proportion of mainstream media who will never understand what YouTube is and will never ever accept YouTubers in terms of the mainstream media. But yeah, like that is kind of the highs and lows of the general YouTube community. I need to talk about the small YouTuber community because it does affect me. I'm going to get onto that in just a second. But also what I'm going to say is that as a content creator, I've seen YouTube in a completely different way, and I've seen it to the point of being a content creator. You know, I've grown up absolutely loving YouTube for the last, I'd say, 8 years of watching YouTube, just as a casual YouTuber, watching them and thinking I'd love to have a go at that one day, to now actually being a YouTuber. You know, it's something that has really opened my eyes to YouTube, and also the fact that I remember sitting here, and it goes to people who don't do YouTube. I have it with people on Twitter, and also some of my mates who, you know, when I say to them, oh, you know, come on the game for a couple of hours, you know, my mates, I say, no, I'm editing. They say, well, you're always editing. Or some people on Twitter say, you know, we want to see daily uploads from you, and when's your next video coming out? And or if a video does come out and I have to delay it because of something, and people get a little bit annoyed with that. And it's totally understandable, because you guys right now watching this, you only are watching the video, right? And if you haven't ever done anything in terms of editing or making YouTube videos, all you do is you see the YouTube video and you don't think too much of it. You might say, wow, that video was really, really good, or that was really well edited, but you don't actually know how to go about that. And also, you don't know how long it takes to do something like this, because, you know, doing YouTube and being a YouTuber, you can only relate to the problems and the highs and the lows and understand really how much time it takes if you actually do it. Like if you actually are a YouTuber. If you're not a YouTuber, you can guess, you can gauge, and you can estimate how long you think it takes. And I've done it in past videos, but I talked about how I make YouTube videos, and you guys have your guesses and all that, and you can, you know, try and sit, you know, and slip yourself into. That sounds really weird, doesn't it? I'm about to say you can slip yourself into me. Sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it, guys? Ignore that. What I was trying to say is, you know, imagine, you know, being me for a day and thinking of how long it takes to record, edit, upload, and do all of that good stuff and maintain it as a successful YouTube channel. But it is something that people don't really understand. I mean, I spend pretty much every day thinking of doing YouTube, right? Even if I'm not doing YouTube, and recently I've been quite ill, so I've taken breaks and only really done analysing Arsenal. There was a 3-week spell where I only did, I think, one video every 5 days, where recently I like to do a video sometimes every other day. I sometimes do between 3 to 4 videos a week. But, you know, what I'm saying is that, you know, I spend literally every day, even when I'm not recording, editing or uploading, sitting there and thinking of the next video, or thinking about what I'm going to do next for you guys, or thinking about the future, or planning ahead. Like every single day I'm thinking about what's the next big thing that is going to be on my YouTube channel. Sorry, we need a tea break. Tea is now gone. We're now just sticking to water. We've already gone through 45 minutes. Jesus, I'm really so excited and great that the DJ Bagpuss Show is back. You know, time literally flies when you're sitting in this chair just talking. But I've got tea around my mouth, really. You can't take me anywhere, can you guys? You cannot take me anywhere. But yeah, what I'm basically saying is that it takes a lot of time to keep up this sort of YouTube. And as you know, and I'm not going to go through this again, but I absolutely love and always try and get my videos up to a really good standard. So I spend a lot of time editing videos. The only videos I don't edit is Analyse and Arsenal. But then again, those videos are completely different because it's just me talking about football. There is no need to edit them. And you guys love the rawness and passion that I put into it. I don't need to add anything to it because, you know, what you guys see is good video material because I always talk about just the game and the game itself. So it doesn't really need any editing. I mean, with these podcasts, I do edits here and there to add images and stuff. But again, if I just uploaded this, then it still would be good, but I just try and make it better. But like with my FIFA videos and gaming videos and horror stories and all that other good stuff, Bagpuss Uncut as well. And I really, the heart for Bagpuss Uncut is a little bit of a lie, really, because it should be uncut. I should not really need to make any cuts here. I do, so. But you know what I mean? I edit literally every single video apart from Analysed Arsenal, where I literally record it and then upload it to YouTube. And then if there's a problem with it, I just redo that video again, like I did yesterday with the Burnley game. I'm recording this on the 27th of November, just so it makes, you know, good for the context of the video, even though this is going to be up later on after that day. But what I'm saying is that it takes a lot of time to edit videos up to a good standard. You know, this recording session is taking up a good proportion of my day, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But I'm saying that it takes up time, and you can't really begin to comprehend how much time it takes until you actually do it, and that is what it's, you can't get over unless you actually do. But what I am loving right now, and this is my next point, is that I am part of the small YouTuber community, and I'm absolutely loving my involvement in terms of the small YouTube community. And this is going to bring us to our final point onto the YouTube community before I talk about my own YouTube channel. And basically what the small YouTube community is, for you guys that don't know, is something that's happened on Twitter, which has happened recently ever since I kind of hit 100 subscribers. Or it was around about once I hit 100 subs, I started, I don't know whether I was, I think you need 100 subs before you hit the small YouTuber community. No, because there's a lot of people out there that have got less subscribers that I have, and are part of the small YouTube community. Basically on Twitter, what it is that if you type in hashtag small YouTuber, you will see pages upon pages upon pages upon pages of small YouTubers who are advertising their channel, trying to bring, new members of the YouTube, basically, bringing in, new members onto their YouTube channel. And ideally what they do is that they team up with other small YouTubers, and those small YouTubers who say another small YouTuber comes to me, sends me a DM on Twitter, says check out my YouTube channel, I check that out, I like their channel, I subscribe, they then subscribe to me, and we follow each other's content, we give each other advice, feedback, areas to improve, areas that we enjoy, and just overall supporting each other's channel. And that is what the small YouTuber community does, and it is made up of thousands of YouTubers that have got anywhere from 50 to like 500, 1,000 subscribers. I think after 1,000 you go then to the fairly big YouTuber, and then once you get to like 10,000 and above, you become a big YouTuber. But I've been a small YouTuber now for, well, I always say I'm a small YouTuber from probably when I hit 50 subscribers. Once you hit 50 and then you go to 100, 100 is kind of the hallmark of being one of the bigger small YouTubers in the small YouTuber community. It's basically just a community on Twitter that I have found myself to be involved with. And what it is it's just basically a place where all these YouTubers can support each other. That being said though, that does come with drawbacks, and I've not had any problems with this, but there are problems and friction in the small YouTuber community. Now in communities, and if you are part of like neighbours, you're part of a community, there is friction from time to time. Like it's never going to be a peaceful world. In your group of mates, when everyone has friends, but there might be a situation you as friends where you're sitting there and you are with a group of lads and there's a bit of friction between two people. Everyone knows that, and everyone in life goes through a place where they have friction between each other. And for me, like, when I look at the small YouTuber community, the main friction comes in the whole sub for sub problem. Now, sub for sub works as what I've just said, literally part of the small YouTuber community. Basically, you're part of the small YouTuber community, you'll get a follow request from another YouTuber, then you will follow them. They will then send you a DM saying, hey, I'm a YouTuber, please check out my channel. If you enjoy it, please like and subscribe, and then, they say, do you want to do a sub for sub? I subscribe to your channel, you subscribe to my channel. It's a win-win. You get another subscriber, I get another subscriber. I'm building my audience, and we're supporting each other. The problem with sub for sub though is that people don't follow the rules of sub for sub. Whether there's rules here or there, I don't actually think there are rules. But what I'm trying to say is that in sub for sub, the idea is not just to subscribe to another person's YouTube channel just for fun. Like, you're subscribing to another YouTuber's channel because you, first of all, you like their content. I've never ever done a sub for sub with someone whose content I didn't like. Like, if I don't like their content, I won't subscribe to them. And I've never actually, luckily, come across any YouTuber, and I've only had like, I think 15 to 20 people that have asked for sub for sub. And all of those 20 people, I generally like their content. If I didn't like their, if I didn't like their content, I wouldn't subscribe to them. And I would tell them, like, I'm very, very sorry, but I would actually say I like their content, but I'm actually not interested in sub for sub. I always say, I'll check out your content first, and if I enjoy it, I'll subscribe, and then you can subscribe back to me. Because I feel like doing sub for sub just for numbers is pointless. Like, you want genuine people on your channel who's going to watch your content, like your content, and help you out. You don't just want people there subscribing for the sake of subscribing. You can just subscribe to the channel and then never watch anyone's content, and you're just there as a number, and I never ever want that. And I always feel like if I don't want that, then I'm never ever going to be that person, because I wouldn't want that myself. Like, all my subscribers I know are people who generally like my content and are watching my content. Now, some people who subscribe to my channel may not watch my videos, but because I'm still getting a good handful of views and getting support and feedback from my subscriber fan base, you're always going to get that. But personally, I wouldn't want to do that. So I am in the position where if I don't like someone's content, I just won't subscribe to them. But the problem with the sub for sub thing is that if you decline the offer for sub, and this has never happened to me, I've never ever experienced this, but I have seen evidence and proof from other YouTubers in the community who I'm very, very close with, and I've seen it firsthand, then that is when they get abuse, they get bullied, and they get just endless buckets and buckets amount of hate for not doing the sub for sub. And that is totally unacceptable. It really, really is. The community can be tainted with this, because sub for sub is something which two YouTubers who support each other, and as I said, it should be for the numbers. And if someone declines your offer for sub, don't give them hate. Like, it's a very, very small minority. The majority of people in the small YouTuber community are absolutely brilliant. They are lovely to talk to. They are honest, they are open, and they are just really, really, they're kind, and they are just really, really just good people. But there are so many people nowadays, and not so many people, but there are a small proportion of people in the small YouTuber community who ask for sub, and if they don't get it, they send death threats, they give hate, they use expletives, and it's just not acceptable. Like, you should be supporting one another in the YouTube community. We are a community, and we are all doing the exact same thing. We are all, every single YouTuber is creating content for their base of subscribers and followers to entertain, to inform, to teach. Every single YouTuber, whether you make gaming videos, to entertain people, whether you make, football videos to inform about what's happening, whether you make videos about, teaching someone to either set up a brand new piece of tech, or to teach, kids about English and maths, if you're doing something to learn, or whether you're just doing, funny comedy videos just to put a smile on people's faces. We're all in the same boat. We all do something. We are creating content, and we are doing content that we feel passionate about, that we love to do, to entertain our fan base. That is what we are all here for. And, it should be a community that is positive, that is vibrant, that is full of really passionate people helping out each other. Particularly the small YouTubers who, everybody is starting at the same boat. The likelihood of all of us, doing this as a full-time career and getting the real top money, it's very rare. There's a lot of people on YouTube who already are big YouTubers, and you've got to do something very, very special and do something which you are. It's just something that takes off and goes viral. For me, I've had 16, 17, 18 videos that have got 100 views plus, 2 videos at 500 views plus. I've got over 100 subs, and I've got nearly I believe 6,000 views. I'm in a position where I'm very, very lucky that I'm getting noticed and getting regular views, and I've had regular views for a long sustained period of time. There's a lot of small YouTubers that don't get that. So I'm in a very, very lucky position, and every single day I'm thankful for the position that I'm in right now. And so long as I'm in that position, I will continue to make videos and just, you know, do this, because I love this as well. Like, if people are not watching it, then obviously you have to kind of reevaluate whether it's worth doing it, because if you've not got anyone watching you, then that, you know, other than just having a bit of fun making videos, but you're spurred on because you've got a fan base who like and want to see more videos from you. That's the reason why you are doing, you know, YouTube. But there's a lot of, you know, YouTubers who don't, you know, take off in the slightest way. So I'm in the minority that my YouTube channel has taken off in some way, and people are enjoying watching the content and constantly coming back for more. But at no point should there ever be hostility or negativity or abuse thrown to someone who doesn't want to do a sub for sub and doesn't want to help you out, because there has to, you know, if they don't want to do sub for sub, then there's a reason why that is. Same with me, they might not like your content and don't want to upset you or offend you, and I'll never say to anyone I don't like your content. I'll just check out and say I'm not interested in doing sub for sub, I'm sorry, and that should be good enough. But obviously, then if people are not happy with that, then they can start giving you, again, you know, abuse and hatred messages, and that is just not cool, guys. Like bullying online, and, you know, you have to be so careful online of what you say. But as a community, we should brand together and support each other. The fact is that we don't support each other, it's not good, and it's really, really not nice to see, particularly some of the stories that I hear. But the small YouTuber community is brilliant. You know, it's great to have just a large group of YouTubers in the same position, supporting each other, giving each other feedback and advice, and, you know, making all our channels grow. And that is really, really great. I'm really, really proud to be in the small YouTuber community, and I really, really do enjoy being in the small YouTuber community. You know, it's a fabulous community to be in, and it's one of those things that once I hit 100 subs, I've started to be mentioned in these hashtags, and now I am a member of the small YouTube community, and it is really, really good, and it's really, really nice to see. But yeah, obviously, yeah, you always get a small minority of people who are going to ruin, you know, the community, and those people should be dealt with and should be dealt with, hopefully in you know, quick and timely fashion. But you always get that from time to time. You always get people who will cause you hate and cause you hatred. The final thing, really talking about the YouTube community today, is talking about YouTube in general and how they could help out more of the small creators. Like, generally, like, this is the only other and final point that I want to talk about in terms of the YouTube community. We need another drink break. I need to put in like a sound or a sign that, you know, that goes, oh, drink break or tea break. But yeah, that we're a little bit under budget for that, I think. This is only the other time where a co-host having here would be great, because when the co-host is speaking, I can have a drink and not stop and start. But yeah, my mouth was incredibly dry. But yeah, so in terms of how YouTube as the business can help out more small creators, I would love to have a few more opportunities, really, as a small YouTuber. Like, at the minute, obviously, my YouTube channel is completely run by me. I control literally everything on this channel. I do everything on this channel. I record the videos, I edit the videos, I upload the videos, I promote myself on Twitter, I respond to comments in the comment section, I maintain how the channel looks, and I, you know, all of the stuff comes from me. The only thing I don't do is sometimes on the thumbnails you see, and obviously these two logos I didn't do. I've got two graphic designers who work for me, obviously free of charge, because again, we're not at a budget. But my sister is a graphic designer of mine, and also one of my friends who also is a YouTuber, Julia Rosa, is a graphic designer. And both those guys work with me to help me make thumbnails and do all the logos and stuff. But other than that, I control everything on this YouTube channel. It's all come from me. It started from me. I've put the hard work in. I've grinded out for the last kind of 9 months, and that, you know, the position of where this channel is right now has come down to me, and that is really, really good. However, I wish YouTube, you know, in terms of their community, gave us as small YouTubers more of a chance to excel and shine. YouTube got this thing called Creators on the Rise. Now, Creators on the Rise works as basically like a showcase to creators on the rise. That's why they call it creators on the rise. But what it is that they have like this section. They obviously have this trending page where like YouTubers who have got millions of views in a quick session of time go to the trending page. They've also got this creators on the rise section, and any single person can be eligible to be on creators on the rise. You think this is great because when you are on creators on the rise, you're on the feature page on YouTube. And in theory, you're going to get lots of new people to the channel, and it's meant to give you kind of a little bit of a boost and get you kind of a big figure of subscribers in a very, very quick time because you're on the creators for the rise for 24 hours. However, it would be great. It would be great, particularly if I was eligible for creators for the rise at any point. It's the lucky dice full channel gets selected. Boom, then you get a completely new set of subscribers. Happy days. It will help you grow your channel into position and get you close to the fact of potentially maybe having the chance to be a full-time YouTuber as a career. But the problem with that is that you can only be eligible to be on Creators for the Rise if you've got 1,000 subscribers or more. So you're like, so it doesn't work because of the 1,000 plus subscribers threshold. Now, in my mind, right, if you've got 1,000 subscribers, you are a creator on the rise, 100%, but you're already, I would say, an established YouTuber. Like, if you've got 1,000 subscribers, chances are you're getting a decent amount of views. You've already got your channel monetized, surely, if you've got 1,000 subs, unless you buy your subscribers, which again is absolutely ludicrous. Like, you should not buy subscribers at any point. I totally don't agree with anybody who does that whatsoever. But if you've got 1,000 subscribers, then the chances are that you have got a good amount of views already. So the Creators on the Rise thing is, it could get you up to kind of 5,000, 10,000 subscribers, but you're already quite established. I think Creators on the Rise should be for anybody who has 100 subscribers or more. That seems more fit because those are creators on the rise. And I'm not just saying that because I've got 100 subscribers or more, but if YouTube is saying, like they did with the monetization thing, that it used to be anybody who started YouTube could monetize, and then on the 11th of April, they said that you had to have at least 10,000 channel views before you could monetize, so YouTube can make sure that you are, not violating YouTube's terms of service. And this was because a lot of YouTubers were uploading just full movies and bootlegging and uploading privateer or pirate movies, TV shows to YouTube and just making lots of views from that and cashing out basically and technically breaking the laws, breaking YouTube's terms of service. But obviously the 10,000 channel views gives YouTube enough evidence to make sure that you're not breaking YouTube's terms of service, and then obviously you can monetize. I understand that, I get that 100%, yes, I was late to the boat and I really should have started monetization as soon as I began YouTube, and then I wouldn't have to build up 10,000 subscribers or 10,000 lifetime channel views, may I say. But I don't mind that, it gives me time to still, I not at any point am I doing this for money. Like, if this YouTube, and I'll get to this later on, but if this YouTube channel goes into something where I can do it, at the minute I'm doing it as a full-time job anyway, but once I start work it will just be like a second job that I'm doing. But if I get to a situation where I can get paid for doing this, then happy days. But I really want to work for that. I don't want to get a free pass into it. I want to be working hard for it and building it up to get to what I deserve and earn the right to be a full-time YouTuber who gets money instantly, because I'm a full-time YouTuber at this particular moment. The only exception is I'm not getting money. So, but what I'm saying with the Creators on the Rise thing is that I wish that YouTube would just give us smaller YouTubers just a little bit more of a chance, because they don't give any small YouTuber, unless you hit 1,000 subscribers, and then that's when you get all the little perks that YouTube have, but they've got no perks for YouTubers who have 100 subs. Like, once you hit 100 subs, yes, you can get a custom URL, which is great, which I've got, and I could also live stream directly from my mobile, which is also quite handy to do, because obviously live streaming, now I've got all the equipment. Before that I didn't have any equipment to live stream, so hitting the 100 subscribers allowed me to do that, even though I haven't live streamed yet on my YouTube channel, but we are going to be doing that soon. But what I'm saying is that I wish YouTube gave us small YouTubers just a bit of breathing space and gave us more of an opportunity, but they don't. But I have to say, I must praise YouTube for the way that it allows people like me to have a job and a platform. Really, this is my channel. YouTube allows me to record videos and upload videos and do all of that stuff, and basically have my own TV channel on the internet for people to see and allow me to have an audience of people who enjoy my content and like it. About YouTube, none of this would be possible. We wouldn't be seeing it now if it was on YouTube. We've got to praise YouTube for the way it allows people to do it. Yes, it has ups and downs, and yes, I would like YouTube to give us small creators a bit more of a chance. Like Creators on the Rise, a fantastic idea. I just wish they'd lower their requirement in terms of how many subscribers you need, instead of 1,000, make it 100, because then it gives more people a chance to expand. I mean, say for example, someone like us, who has 100 subscribers, goes on Creators for the Rise, we explode to like 1,000 or 5,000. That will put us in a position where we can start doing YouTube as a full-time career, and that would be amazing. And I like the idea of how it's all random, that you'll get randomly picked, you're part of the algorithm, that if your channel gets picked and you go on Creators on the Rise, then lucky you. But I feel like that the 1,000 subscriber threshold is slightly annoying because they're already established. We're not established. We are small YouTubers who are trying to establish themselves in terms of being able to make money from it, and Creators on the Rise is a perfect opportunity to do that, but we aren't allowed to do that yet. So that is a little bit frustrating. Obviously, the small YouTube community, there are problems in that, but there's also fantastic perks of that. And the controversial moments, again, no matter if you agree or disagree with them, they're entertaining at the end of the day. And it's been a mad year for YouTube in terms of content creators in 2017, and long may that continue, really, is my final point to it. And the YouTube community in itself has many ups and downs, but it's an absolute privilege and an honour to be part of the YouTube community. So that is the YouTube community done. Now let's talk about my YouTube channel instead. Now, I've touched upon my YouTube channel during that first section, but now we are literally going to be talking about my YouTube channel because we've got quite a lot to talk about, really. If you enjoyed this podcast so far, please show your appreciation. Hit a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and turn on my notifications, all of that. And let me know down in the comment section below your views on the YouTube community, and also let me know all of that good stuff in terms of what you want to see on the DJ Bagpuss Show and all that good stuff. Remember, you can download this podcast on SoundCloud. The link to that will be on screen right now, and also the link to that will be in the description below. Again, I'm getting such a dry mouth, really. I don't know whether it's really hot in this studio, so maybe I just need to say, and also I need to say drinks break, because obviously on SoundCloud, if you're listening to it, they'll stop you like thinking, what's happened to the stream? Hello? Anyone there? Oh my god, what's happened to it? So yeah, this is another drinks break. Drinks break. So, my YouTube channel. Let's get into it. Let's begin with talking about the season finale of the DJ Bagpuss Show Season 1. We are going right the way back to July the 4th, 2017. Now, back then, things were very, very different. It was an extremely stressful time for me at that stage, and behind the scenes, it was very, very stressful. Very, very, very stressful. We're coming to the end of my college course. I had to work on not just wrapping up the DJ Bagpuss Show and getting all my videos edited and done, but I also had to get all my coursework submitted. And I never was behind on any of my coursework, but it was very, 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 very stressful because I was working on my YouTube channel, I was trying to get all my work done, and I was just spending so many hours at college trying to get both of them done. It was quite amazing how the fact that I managed to keep up with both of them, and the grade that I got, and how we are in terms of the YouTube channel, how I managed to do all of that both at the same time and still stay sane is quite incredible. Obviously, the day that I recorded the season finale of the DJ Bagpuss Show was the day that we were submitting our work, really. We were submitting all of our work. It was the final day. After that day, all of our work had to be sent off to the exam board, and that was it. And I was in quite a good position because I never was running to a deadline. I had one more bit to do, and I got that done in between kind of editing and all of that. But actually on that day, and I'll tell you this story now, it was a very, very exciting day back on the 4th of July. Well, it was the 23rd of June that I actually recorded the final episode of the DJ Bagpuss Show. It went out on my YouTube channel on the 4th of July. But the 23rd of June 2017 was the day that all of our coursework was getting sent off to the exam board. However, though, back then, and if you guys watch the True Geordie podcast, he did a video on his main channel called Calling His Subscribers, what you had to do is you had to send a Facebook video to him, kind of asking and telling him a few reasons why you should appear on that and what you really want to talk about when you're on there. And I was thinking at this point, I love True Geordie. What if I tell him about my YouTube channel and tell him how I want to grow and how I take inspiration from his podcast and how great his podcasts are and all that good stuff? I'm thinking, right, I'm going to do this. So I set up my phone, well, my camera, which was my phone back then. But you know, I said to him all of this stuff. I was 2-3 minute videos saying how I started being a YouTuber and how I take inspiration from his, all soppy, and I'm just basically just saying how much I admire him as a person, saying all the stuff really that you really should say if you want to appear on it. And he replied back and said, brilliant, Skype me, because it was on Skype, and he said make sure that you're available UK time between 4 and 6, and so you don't miss the call, and he will ring back to me. However, I misread that. I thought he was going to ring, you know, between 2 and 4, and then after that, he wasn't going to ring back, but I misread the message. Anyway, got to the 23rd of June, very, very excited. I was wearing this, I was wearing a blue shirt, and I was also going to the pub that night with my friends. And you see how sad it is, I remember all of this. But I remember how excited and hyped I was that day, you know. Not only was I recording the season finale of DJ Bagpuss Show, but this was it. I was going to meet True Geordie, you know, throw in my YouTube channel, and who knows, maybe just get more subscribers and be like, this is the best of both worlds. And even when I get that, I've met the True Geordie and Lawrence. Like, how great is this right now? I'm loving life. So I got the recording out of the way, got that done and dusted. I then finished off my work between 2 and 4, and I literally had my phone, like, this was where I was working. And so imagine the table's here, phone was literally there, and I was looking at it and looking and kept, like, unlocking my iPhone every single, like, 10 minutes, just saying, right, Skype, come on, is it going to ring? Is it going to ring? Is it going to ring? Has it rung? 2 o'clock, okay, it's not rung. 1:30, okay, still haven't rung. Don't worry, lads, it's fine. This is what I was thinking in my head right now. Like, every single half an hour, this was running through my head, and I was talking to all my other mates, but I didn't tell anybody this at this point. I thought, as soon as that phone rings, I'm going to go into the other room and literally just be in heaven. Like, what a dream. You know, this is my dream right now, and I'm living my dream. It's a full-blown proof dream that I'll be living if I can actually speak to True Geordie. 3 o'clock comes, and again, I've got no one and no response from Skype. I've got Skype open, I've looked at him, and I'm thinking, okay, it's fine. 3:30, still nothing. 4 o'clock comes, nothing. 4:30 comes, and nothing. And I was like, oh, he's not going to call, is he? He's forgot. And I literally turned off my phone. What an idiot I was, because I turned off my phone at 4 because I literally just wanted to watch some YouTube, and then I was watching some other videos and talking with my friends on the other side of the room. I turned my phone on back at 5 and still nothing. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to leave it on. But then I went to I went to the toilet, right? I went to the toilet and it was about 5 minutes. I went to the toilet, did my toilet business and all that, washed my hands, went back, because where our classroom was, the toilet, you had to go right to the end of the corridor, you had to open the doors, and then you had to go through another set of doors, so you turned right, and then there was the toilet. I came back, so I was gone for about literally 5 minutes, if that. And then I look at my phone, and then I see a notification from Skype. I'm like, what? Missed call from the True Geordie. And I was like, no. I could not believe that I missed it. I'd been waiting for 3 hours while doing work, thinking he's not going to call. I take one toilet break, I go for a piss, I come back from having a piss, and I've missed the call. What the hell? And I was like, oh no. I actually tried to call him back, and then I sent him a message on Facebook, and he didn't respond. So I was like, oh, I've missed my chance. And it's understandable. Like, you know, like he said, make sure that you don't miss the call, because if you miss the call, you know, you're going to miss your chance to speak to me. And, you know, he's very, very busy. He was speaking to lots of other people who actually got to their phone. And yeah, I was like, I was thinking, nil. I was quite frustrated at that. I then went to the pub that night and drowned my sorrows on that. But also celebrate, you know, the DJ Bagpuss Show had concluded. All my coursework had been sent off, and I was just celebrating. Slightly annoyed at the True Geordie thing, but I still love the True Geordie, and it's one of those things. Maybe one day I will meet him, and maybe, you know, that will be a case where I meet him one day. If he ever wants to call his subscribers again, part 2, I will be on that ship. And that ship will not be set in sail until I've spoken to him, honestly. But yeah, after that, we then sort of went into a little bit of a cycle, really, on my YouTube channel. really, because at that stage our course had ended. I then received my grade, which, as you know, I think I've told you guys this before. In the 19 facts about me, I said that to you, that I got my distinction star, so I got the highest grade you could possibly get, and I was really, really proud. The fact that I've been able to work on my YouTube channel and also get the grade, and get the highest grade possible, and be able to compensate and do both, those was absolutely, like, just fantastic. I was so, so proud of myself. I'm really, really happy with that. And then our college course ended. Now, obviously I had lots of videos in the wig, and I've had a situation where I didn't have proper editing equipment at home for the last couple of months. And now that I'm doing the DJ Bagpuss Show, as you might or may not know, I've recently turned 19. I've now got a brand new computer, brand new camera, and you know, I've now got all the equipment. I've got an Elgato, so I've now got all the equipment that I need to be able to do all the videos that I want to do, which is absolutely great. You know, superb. I'm very, very happy with that. However, though, back then I had a computer, which I've said before, my computer was like 11 years old. I've still got it right now. It was absolutely brilliant. I had to buy, and I've said this last season, DJ Bagpuss Show, I have to buy editing software, the only editing software that I can use on that 11-year-old computer. I can only edit videos up to 10 minutes. So, in saying that, if I wanted to do all the videos that I wanted to do in the summer, I had to go into college to do that. So I got a deal in place with my college lecturer Ben, because obviously he was there for the final 2 weeks once our college course had ceased. So what I said to him and what we arranged is that for 2 weeks I would go in every single day 9 to 6 and just bank all of the YouTube videos coming up. So this was the what was after the foot draft video for FIFA 17 that I did, what other ones I did? So the reacting to season 1 episode 1 of the DJ Bagpuss Show, all the bonus content, the montage, how I make YouTube videos, and then after that, so those were the 4 videos that I banked over that 2 week. Well, I think it actually was a week period, and I was going to do how I edit YouTube videos, but that footage corrupted, so I then did 5 things to consider when editing, and then we ventured into new projects as well. But at that time I was literally going into college. I was stressing out because I could only do my stuff there. It was coming to the end of that week, and by the end of the week I had to make sure that I backed up everything of all of those videos, because if I didn't do that, then I would have potentially lost them, and I still didn't have time to get all my videos done. So it was just a very, very stressful and frustrating time. I managed to get all those videos done, and then I went back into college for a couple of days in August to do a Bagpuss Uncut video and do 2 Rainbow Six Siege videos as well, which were like 40-minute gameplay videos. So I managed to do that as well. And then the channel has ventured into brand new projects, really. We obviously, after that, we did the bonus content for the DJ Bagpuss season 1. We then did the gaming videos, and then we sort of went into kind of a football frenzy, if you like. I gave you my Premier League predictions, which was that was on the 1st of August. We did the Premier League predictions, and then I gave you guys my build up to the Prem series, and that was something that came overnight, really. If I'm being totally honest, it kind of came overnight, because it was the week leading up to the first week of the Premier League, and I thought to myself that I wanted to do kind of like a build-up show, giving you guys stats, statistics, facts and figures, you know, building up to the first game of Friday night in the Premier League. I was very, very ill that week, so I had a really bad cold. I recorded it the week before, because then my room got decorated, or didn't get decorated. We stripped all the walls. So as you now see, I've got a white background. This blue wall still stayed there, but before that I had the Arsenal wallpaper. That went in the summer. I then recorded, I recorded a whole week of build up to the Prem. I keep saying limited. We did build up to the Prem, and then what I did is that I edited all of that and got that out over the week, and then I took a 10-day break, as if to say. And then that's when I went back into college for the final 2 days and brought you Bagpuss Uncut. I did the Rainbow Six video, and also my first stage of living in the Prem. And living in the Prem is basically just a Premier League review series that we do at the end of every month. Obviously, I did the first one in September, and we literally brought it back recently because I just didn't have editing software to be able to do really long videos like I can do now, which is absolutely great. But so we then got into a position where we then ventured into the gaming side, and there was one video that I did that made me do another series that I never ever planned, and this is when I've become quite spontaneous in terms of some of the videos I made, because obviously the Premier League returned and I did build up to the Prem. I have got Living in the Prem, which is kind of reviewing each Premier League team, but I have also got my Analysing Arsenal series. Now, Analysing Arsenal came from, and this is going to be really good for anyone that doesn't watch my YouTube channel, so if you're brand new to the channel, check out all of these videos. I'm literally telling you the story on my YouTube channel from when we left off from the DJ Bagpuss Show season 1, but Analysing Arsenal, what happened is that I never ever thought I was going to do anything Arsenal based. Like in the early stages, I thought Living in the Prem was going to be just a series where we review every single team, including Arsenal. And then we played a game against Liverpool. Obviously against Leicester we beat them 4-3, and Stoke we lost 1-0, and I was just going about it like I always do, just watch it, normally show my frustration, vent my anger on social media through Twitter. But I never ever comprehended doing a video based on it. But then we lost to Liverpool and we got battered 4-0. And I was so angry, I was so annoyed, I was fuming, I was shaking, I was absolutely shaking. And I literally just turned on my camera and sprouted nonsense, pretty much what I'm doing right now with this podcast. But I sprouted nonsense for about 9 to 10 minutes. Like, generally, I just went on and on, I ranted, I raved, I huffed and puffed to Arsenal until the house blew down. And then I uploaded that night, went to bed, generally, and again, I always get between like 20 or between 15 and, the lowest views I ever got is like 15, 14. I woke up the next morning and that had 150 views in 12 hours, and I was like, Jesus Christ. I literally didn't think I checked my phone, I went, what the bloody hell is going on here? And I was literally starstruck with the fact, and it got 500 views in 3 days, which is just absolutely crazy. At that point, my most viewed video was only 300, which was the extreme penalty shootout. To hit 500 in 4 days was absolutely crazy, and at that point I was like, right, I'm going to do Analysing Arsenal every single week. And Analysing Arsenal, like, I've had, it's actually quite funny, every time we lose I get about 100 views, but the Watford rant that I did, the Man City rant, and then the 2 games we actually won against Batty Borislav and against Cologne at home all got 100 plus views, and you guys absolutely love Analysing Arsenal. It's one of my most, after the DJ Bagpuss Show, it is my second most popular series on this YouTube channel, and it's just one of those things that I did a rant video and it just took off, and that idea and that concept I've taken and run with it because you guys just love me talking and discussing football. So that is great, and I really enjoy doing Analysing Arsenal. It is really kind of not frustrating because I used to just like to watch the full time, but literally as the game finishes I go record it for you guys. But I'm my own pundit right now, so it is great, and I absolutely love the connection. And it's not just Arsenal fans who watch it. I get like the Man City game, I've got loads of Man City fans watching it. The Spurs game, I've got lots of Spurs fans, and it just brought a whole brand new audience to the channel, people that never ever would have seen my content. I've got a whole new base of subscribers from Analysing Arsenal, which is absolutely great. And the growth of this channel, really, I mean, we've gone into doing FIFA 18 videos, like my Foot Champions kind of stuff. We've got the horror stories, we've got Bagpuss Uncut, and now we've got the return of the DJ Bagpuss Show. So there's a lot of content on my channel, and I feel like we cater for everyone. Like, every single person that is on this YouTube channel, there is something for everyone, whether you're a fan of podcasts, whether you're a fan of vlogs, whether you're a fan of gaming, whether you're a fan of football, whether you're a fan of music. The 2 music videos that I've done, the FIFA soundtrack videos, have gone down really, really well. You guys really seem to enjoy it as well. So there's a lot of stuff on this channel that caters for so many different people, like generally, like so many people, and there is so much content that every single one of you can watch something different, and you might like one type of video that I do, and then you might like the other, or then I just get the hardcore fans that absolutely love everything that I do. It doesn't matter what I upload, you guys just watch it, and you guys are just amazing. But yeah, the channel has grown and transformed, and has now gone into a formula of uploading analysing Arsenal when Arsenal play, FIFA kind of every week, now the DJ Bagpuss Show every 2 weeks, and then we're going to be doing Bagpuss Uncut every month, living in the Premier every month, and it's a strategic and a solid formula that we do kind of on this channel right now. We've got into a formula. See, when I started this channel, it literally was the DJ Bagpuss Show, and what I love and what I'm really, really proud of is seeing the growth from where we started to where we are now. Because back at college, I was doing the DJ Bagpuss Show every week, and again, like editing, I never used to be as good as editing as I am now. And I really don't want to sound cocky when I say this, but I do feel like I'm a very, very good editor. You know, I always edit videos to a really, really good standard, and I always produce really good content. When I started, that wasn't the case. If you watch the DJ Bagpuss Show, I've had people say this before, if you watch it from episode 1 to episode 10, each episode people say get better. Episode 1, I feel, was trash. Absolutely trash. As I've said before, audio recorded, just one image. I cut out every time I say so I sound like a robot. I just didn't like it. Episode 2, much better. Like, it was much better edited. It had 4 parts. It had the face count. Episode 3, we started to do some more, you know, different things. Episode 4, we then really started to do, you know, certain edits here and there. Episode 5, episode 6, then from episode 6 onwards we would just do it as one full kind of podcast, where I was doing it in parts in the first 5 episodes, and then from episode 7 we did the bullying story, and again we started to improve every single time. And then from episode 8, I'd say, we then started to not just do the DJ Bagpuss Show, but started to do other content. There was a period on my channel from after the bullying video, we did a FIFA 17 pack opening, which was the Premier League team of the season, which again, I don't like that video because I didn't have proper recording software. I didn't have an Elgato, and before I had an Elgato, I used to use the game DVR from Xbox. But for that video, I literally recorded the gameplay on my phone, because I have 2 phones. Actually, let me show you guys, because I've got them right here. Let me show you what I mean by this. You guys just love to see just a blank check. So we've got 2 phones, and these were the 2 phones that I used to use for recording. So obviously this is the phone that I use in everyday life. This is just my iPhone. This is my iPhone that I use to go on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and I also used it for recording. But my sister very kindly gave me this phone. Now this phone I've been using for recording for the last, oh blimey, from when we did the FIFA 17 pack opening and the first, no, because we've recorded the first episode of Bagpuss Uncut on this phone. So yeah, from the FIFA 17 pack opening, which was in May, so from May to November we've been using this phone for recording. It records in 720p, and it only records up to half an hour, but it does the job very well. But for the FIFA 17 pack opening, we used these 2 phones, incidentally. Then we did the FA Cup final preview with Ashley Harris, and then we did the vlog. And those 3 videos got 100 views plus. The Premier League season, the season review that we did with Ashley Harris also got 100 views plus. So those 4 videos did really, really well. We started to venture into different projects. And then my crowning jewel, which I'd say is the video that I'm most proud of, and the video that I think is the best video you will see on this channel, is the video that I use as my channel advertisement when you click onto it. That is the only other video apart from my Liverpool and Arsenal rant that has 500 views, and that is an extreme penalty shootout with an extreme forfeit. The reason why it is my proudest video is not because, well, I think it's the best video I've edited ever. Like, I spent 2 days at college working on this video, and I feel like I edited the FIFA pack opening really well, and the FA Cup final vlog I feel like was really, really good. You guys really seemed to enjoy it, and I started to realise that actually I was doing quite well at editing, and then I started to put even more detail in it. I was doing it in the podcast, but I feel like it's from the FIFA 17 pack opening we start to not just be average at editing, but become decent at editing, and then it's from the extreme penalty shootout that was the moment I was like, okay, I'm a good editor. I spent ages doing all the graphics and getting all the music in sync, and that was basically the main thing that we edited, putting the audio in sync with what was happening on the screen, because obviously in music technology that is exactly what I was doing. I was putting the audio in sync with what was happening on screen, and that was basically all the edits I was doing. What is funny about the extreme penalty shootout and extreme forfeit is that there are a lot of mistakes in that video, and there are a lot of problems, and I didn't cut out any of those problems. Like now, if I make a mistake, apart from where this podcast, because this is just going to be a long haul stretch, like me getting up to get my phone, it's literally just a long podcast. You know, that's the beauty of the DJ Bagpuss Show. But what I love about the extreme penalty shootout, extreme forfeit, is that I tried to be really, really clever. Like, we did a basic penalty shootout, but I tried to be clever by doing a point system. So you get 3 points for scoring, you get 3 points for saving, you have to do a forfeit if you have to score for us. So that sounds really, really like basic and really easy to understand. But then I started to get confused in terms of the point system about whether someone went out when they did and when they didn't go out. And it just got really, really confusing. It was really, really hot that day. And I just started to get really, really confused at my own rules. And I was the one that bloody made the rules, and I got confused at the own rules that I have created. That is just typical me. And what I should have done is I should have cut out all of the waffle, all of the tosh of me getting confused with what the rules were. That is what a sensible person, that is what, you know, experienced, you know, DJ Bagpuss would do now. But inexperienced DJ Bagpuss back in June didn't do that. He just left it all in. He put everything together, put nice music about on it, and it was edited really, really well, and people really, really enjoy that video, and it is my crowning jewel on this YouTube channel. But that's what I love about it, because it still shows my naivety as an editor to not cut out the mistakes. Like now I edit so much better, and I'm so much better at what I do in terms of the videos that I produce now. But back then that was my crowning jewel, and it was from then on that it was the, yeah, it was the, I'm trying to word this the best way possible. It was from then on I realised that I generally am quite good as an editor, and then from then on, any video that I did, I made sure that I wasn't going to leave that video until I was 100% happy and certain and confident that that video was going to be, you know, I don't upload videos anymore unless I feel like they're to the 99% perfection, because you can never get a video to 100% perfection, but I don't release it until I'm absolutely categorically state that I feel like it's a good video. And I always feel like I edit really good, like I'm a very good editor, because I've learned it. I spent 2 years learning how to be an editor, so I am very, very good at it right at this particular minute. You know, it's always in time, it's always in sync, and I take great pride in being able to edit really, really, really well, and I always produce good content. I believe content that you know, you might not like my content, but it's never badly produced. But what I like is how we have gone through stages. Like, we started with the DJ Bagpuss Show, we then moved into the Bagpuss Uncut, we then went into doing FIFA content, and then we did football content, and then we moved it into bonus content, and then gaming, and then football. And now we're at the stage where you're not going to see many different videos. You're going to see the occasional surprise video, but the content that I do now is going to be quite, you know, this is what you're going to see: Analysing Arsenal, DJ Bagpuss Show, you know, Bagpuss Uncut, FIFA 18 content, and then other games, you know, here and there, really. So, yeah, we're in a good position on this YouTube channel right now. And what I have to say is that the support shown on the channel really makes me so, like, and again, I'm gonna use a swear word here. I'm really fucking proud of where this channel is right now, and the support that you guys are showing to me, because it is your support that makes me stronger, that makes me better, that makes me want to work harder and harder and harder and harder every single day. Like, when you guys view the video, when I see the views go up, when I see likes being hit, when I see the comment section, it just makes me so proud that we've worked for this. You know, I've put in work in, but you guys are here supporting me. You know, it's a two-way thing as a YouTuber, and it's something that we've created together. And for that, I'm really proud of you. Know, if I don't do anything else successful in my life, I can say, well, I did that. You know, I created a YouTube channel that actually has taken off. There's surprised that people have actually watched it. I'm shocked. You know, I'm shocked people are actually watching this YouTube channel. You know, so it's stuff like that that really makes me proud. And it's been hard. There's been moments that have been really, really hard. You know, it was so frustrating on my old computer, and you know, I am so thankful for the new software that I've got now. But on my old computer, I could only edit videos up to 10 minutes. I'd make one cut and it'd be freezing for about 20 to 30 minutes, and it was so stressful. Like, the stress that went into trying to get videos up to a really good standard was so hard. I mean, the FIFA 18 first pack opening that I did, it took me 4 days to do, and it was a 10-minute video. That video should have taken me 5 to 6 hours max, and it took me 4 days. It kept, the gameplay kept crashing, I kept losing stuff, it kept not responding because it would work with such high frame rates and such high capacity that it just wasn't working. Like it just wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, and that was really, really frustrating, and I got really, really annoyed with that. You know, a video that takes you 4 days to do, but the support you guys showed on it was absolutely just superb. And yes, it stopped me doing stuff that I really wanted to do, but now that we've got the proper software, we can now venture into stuff that I've been planning to do for months, and that's absolutely brilliant. Like, and the transition from like college into, you know, doing this now has also been stressful. You know, I was worried. I didn't know where this YouTube channel was going to go, and you know, we were quite safe at college. I was doing all my, you know, videos at the college, in the studio. We were getting into a regular formula. We were getting into a routine, and it was safe. But it wasn't going to last forever. You know, I was graduating. I was leaving college, so I knew that, you know, we were going to have to find a new place to do this, and we'd have to venture into a new territory, and that is terrifying. You know, when you are in the sanctity and safety of something, and you've been doing it for such a long period of time, and you have to then go into something new, it's scary. It's absolutely terrifying. You know, it's something that, you know, change is scary, and I didn't know where we were going to go. I didn't know where this channel was going to go to, and the fact is of having to work around the tradition of leaving college. You know, I used to be at college, my day used to be that I used to get in at 8 AM and then edit to my lesson and then do my work during the lesson, and then once everyone left, I'd spend 5-6 hours. So, you know, if our day finished at 3, I was out of the college at 7. I'd spend 4 or 5 hours working painstakingly every single day, and I was absolutely knackered. I was so tired, but it was all worth it because of the support that you guys were showing. Each and every video was absolutely great, and you guys just blew my mind in terms of support that you were showing. Like, generally, I never ever thought in a million years that I was ever going to be doing this, and this was going to make, you know, be successful really in terms of doing this. Now, obviously, I'm not getting like too overboard because, you know, this is my full-time job at this particular moment. As I said, I've been ill recently because my plan is that I was going to look for a full-time job, do YouTube, you know, as a secondary job, and then if my YouTube took off to the point where I'll be able to do it as a career, then obviously I'll be doing that. But if so, then it'd be like 2 sources of income coming once I hit the 10,000 channel view mark. But obviously I've been ill, and being ill has kind of haunted me, and because I've hit 100 subscribers, the next podcast you're going to be seeing, I'm going to be talking about exactly what happened with me being ill, and telling you guys that story as well. Very, very special podcast, and it's going to be quite a nervous podcast to do, but that is going to be the next podcast coming up next. So, you know, but being ill stopped me from looking for a job, and I've wanted to get my health in check first, which I have done. I'm much better now, so it'll be in the new year where I look around for work. But so, kind of, since I left college in June, July, the last August, September, October, November, so 4 months, I've been a full-time YouTuber for 4 months. It literally has been my job, and again, it's not a job that I'm getting paid for yet, because I'm still building up my channel and still trying to get to the point where we are, you know, we're doing, you know, what am I saying? We're basically getting to a point where I'm doing this because there's an audience there who like my content, and I'm watching it, and I'm doing it for you guys to produce content for you, and that is the job, you know, that is why I'm doing the job. My job is to entertain you guys, and I'm doing this full time at this particular moment. So I will have 2 full-time jobs going once I get my other job in January, and then once we get a bit of income coming into this YouTube channel, that would be great. But again, my sole purpose is not to do this for money. Like, yes, it'd be great to do it as a career, and money is important, and that will be fantastic to be able to do this as a full-time, you know, job. You know, basically do what I'm doing now, but getting money, be able to live substantially and live healthily, successfully doing this as a job. At the minute, it's still my job. There will be nothing different. Once I start earning money from this YouTube channel, nothing's going to change. You know, it's just been great to have a bit of money going in, but, you know, that isn't going to change why I'm doing it. My sole purpose is to do this for you guys, and that is why I want to do this as a job, because it's your guys' support, and it's your guys' help, and, you know, you being here, watching my channel, giving me feedback, liking the videos, contacting me, telling me what you like, what you don't like, all that good stuff. You know, that you guys doing that is making me, you know, continue to do this channel, and that is the reason why I do this as a job, and for that I'm eternally grateful, really. And it's been a crazy first 9 months to this YouTube channel. You know, hitting 50 subscribers in the first weekend was crazy. We hit 100 subs on my sister's 22nd birthday, which was 25th of October. And it's just been mind-blowing. It's just been absolutely mind-blowing. You know, I still can't get my head around the fact of having all these people watching, you know. And I know it sounds like, you know, I should have more confidence, but I've always, I don't have it anymore, but I used to be not confident. You know, I always used to doubt myself, and I always used to think, am I good enough to do this, you know. What I'm going to finish this podcast on for the last kind of 20 minutes is talk about my self-esteem, really, because doing YouTube and being a YouTuber can either make or break your self-esteem, right? And I had this when I was in music technology, and I've had this as a gamer, and I've also had this just living, you know, as a 19-year-old guy. My self-esteem has always been something, you know, in the past that I used to struggle with. And, you know, maybe it's because of the bullying stuff that I struggled with at school. I'm not too sure. But what I'd say is that I used to have this problem where I always think, am I good enough? I always used to try and compare myself to other people. Being in the lad group thinking, you know, all of my mates are better, like, in terms of sport, and in terms of, you know, there's always someone who's cleverer than you, there's always someone who does something better than you. As a gamer, I constantly used to look at all my friends, and some of my friends used to be better at games than me, and I used to think, why can I not get that good? And it used to really upset and hurt me. I used to think, what am I actually good at? You know, what am I actually good at? And I used to think I wasn't actually good at anything whatsoever. And becoming a YouTuber has made me so much more confident in myself. Not because I think I found something that I'm generally good at, and I do. I'm generally good at being a YouTuber, talking to you guys on camera. I mean, we've been talking now for an hour and 40 minutes, and doing that in itself is not easy to continue speaking for that length of time. So I feel like I'm good at talking to you guys to the camera. I feel like I'm really good at editing, and I'm just really good at interacting and connecting with you guys. But also that, I'm a good gamer, you know. I'm not like a pro gamer, and I'm not, you know, the shittest gamer going, but I'm run of the mill. I'm a decent, you know, I'm a casually competitive gamer, and in saying that is that I like to play casually with my friends, but I also like to play competitively in order, like in terms of the single player games. I always like to try and get 100% on the hardest difficulty, or well, say the hard difficulty, that's a little bit of a lie. Let's say I like to play on the medium difficulty. So, like on COD, I play on hardened. On FIFA, I play on like world class and legendary, like squad battles. In foot champs, I play competitively on foot champs, and yeah, that's just stress in itself. Like this weekend, I've played my final set of foot champions games. You're gonna be seeing that final video very soon. And that in itself is just stressful. So I'm part of the foot champions competitive game on FIFA. I like to play competitive Call of Duty. I'm looking at the titles right now, and I've played like completely Call of Duty. I've already said Call of Duty. Nice one, DJ Bagpuss. I used to play Grand Theft Auto 5, and I got 100% on Grand Theft Auto 5. 100, like literally, I wouldn't stop playing GTA until I got 100%. And when I played Batman, I used to literally get all the Riddler trophies. So I play games to ensure if I play single player, I get 100%, and online I try to play to the best of my ability. So I'm a decent gamer, as if to say I've played a lot of games. I'm not, in terms of, I don't excel in, like, you know, you get people that are like excel in Call of Duty or excel in FIFA. I don't excel in FIFA. I'm not shit at FIFA or COD, but I don't excel in it. You know, I'm decent, run of the mill, your average type of gamer. That isn't a bad thing, but I have a passion for gaming, and I excel in the single player games, like, you know, because I play them on medium and get 100%, and I won't let anything beat me. You know, it's very rare that a game beats me. I will keep playing it and playing it until and we're going to be touched upon this in a later podcast to come, but I keep playing it until I've done it, you know, and I won't stop it, I won't give up, and I'm very determined in that respect. Probably why I, you know, put myself for a month of abusing foot champions, because, you know, I literally just don't let anything beat me, and I always strive, and even if I don't get like the rank that I want, I still put in 110% and can reflect and look back on why I didn't do that, as if to say. But what I want to say to you guys is that I used to struggle with self-esteem, and it was YouTube that made me see that don't ever compare yourself to other people. Like, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Like, if you're happy with what you're doing and if you're confident in yourself that you're good at something, then don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Like, be confident with yourself. If you're doing stuff that makes you happy, if you're doing something that, you know, you feel like you're good in and you can motor it, then don't let anybody say that you're not good at this. And if they do say it, don't just ignore it, because if you know your hand of heart that you're good at it, then don't let anybody make you feel and think that you're not really, because they're only saying it for two reasons. One, they're just being a bit of an arsehole, and two, they're jealous. You know, they're jealous of you being so happy, because there's a lot of people out there that aren't happy, also have the same insecurities that you have, and that in itself is also what I come to terms with. It comes with age, obviously, like it comes with being, you're older and wiser, being able to take criticism. And again, you know, being a YouTuber, criticism is the main kind of thing that you have to take on board. You know, I've had a couple of negative comments. I've had lots more positive comments than I've had negative. But whenever I get a negative comment, I just have to sit there and say, excuse me, that you're entitled to your opinion, as long as you're not giving me like really personal hate. And I've never ever had that, or any kind of really bad abuse. But if you're giving me hate and or not really hate, but if you're giving me, you know, negative criticism, then I just say, you know, you're entitled to your opinion, thank you so much, and if you don't enjoy my content, just don't watch. You know, every single person out there in the world has all had criticism given to them from time to time. But if you can look in the mirror and sit there and say, I'm happy with myself, I'm good at what I do, and I don't let anybody else tell me otherwise, and that is the main thing, and that is the moral of it, that you can't let self-esteem and being, you know, don't let people drag you down. You know, don't let people drag you down. If someone's constantly dragging you down in your life, then you have to seriously contemplate whether you want them in your life, really. Because I've had people in my life that have constantly dragged me down and constantly, you know, made me feel insecure and made me feel like I'm not good at anything. And those people I've just either not spoken to anymore, or I've forgiven them and just don't give them the time of day. Like, you know, need another drink break, apologies. I'm going to put a sign up saying drink break in like massive sirens. But what I want to say is that I try and help out all of my friends. Like, I'm very, very close with all of my friends, and if you're a friend of mine, I will go out of my way to help you, give you advice, give you support, and do all of that good stuff. You know, I will always help anybody who wants to meet me halfway. But the second you know, constantly rip on me and upset me, I'll forgive you, but I won't help you out. You know, and I remember, I don't forget. You know, I don't want to hold grudges against people, nor do I want to, nor do I want to, you know, make people feel, well, you know, I don't hold grudges, and I don't, you know, want to make people feel bad. You know, I don't want to spite people, because, you know, I'm not that spiteful person. Like, if someone upsets me, I don't want to go and upset them, because that's just not the kind of guy I am. But I don't forget what they've done. And, you know, I'm the kind of person that, you know, I feel like, best way to put this, I feel like that if you upset me, or if you constantly put me down, then I just sit there and think, you must have more problems, because if you're constantly having a go at me and you're constantly obsessed with trying to put me down, then you must have your own problems yourself. You know, like, you know, focus on your own life. You know, don't put me down because I've done something that is making me happy, so that I feel like I, you know, excel in. You know, what would be the point of that? You know, and there's a lot of people out there that are just jealous, and you find that jealousy is the most hateful driving force in this world. You know, there are so many people out there who are jealous of you, jealous of what you have, jealous of what you've got, jealous of how you're treated, and in having that jealousy will transform and turn into something where they will try and get under your skin and wrestle you because they are jealous. And I'm not a jealous guy. I've never been the jealous type. You know, I never ever try and compare myself to somebody else. And, you know, I think stuff like that comes with age, and it comes with trying just to be a better person and just to be a better man or woman, you know. If you, and this is what my mother said to me, which really is so alarming and which is so true. She said to me once that if someone's upsetting you and someone is constantly picking on you and ripping into you and it upsets you because of two things. Firstly, it upsets you because you just struggle with, you know, people being horrible to you and you're a sensitive person, which I do fall into that category. I've got a lot better as I've got older and I don't let things go to my heart anymore. You know, I don't take things to heart anymore, and I know how to take banter and with that, and I've got a lot better at that. But she says the other reason why it offends you, because deep down you know it's true, and if it's true, then that is when you've got to change it. You know, us as humans, we can become better at anything if we put the time into it. You know, if I wanted to become a pro at FIFA or Call of Duty, then I would have to spend every single minute of every single day playing that game and getting better and better and better. I don't want to do that. I've spoken about this before in the video. I don't want to do that because, firstly, I don't have the time, and secondly, I don't want to put myself under that stress and pressure. You know, I'm decent at both of those games, and I enjoy playing them casually. I like to say I play it casually, or I'm a casual competitive gamer. You know, casually competitive. You know, I like to play competitive, but I'm not like, you know, the pros you see in Call of Duty and FIFA that live and breathe Call of Duty. I love COD and I love FIFA. But I don't live and breathe, you know. It's sort of, you know, if you're a pro at the game, it's the first thought you have is Call of Duty when you wake up, and it's the last thing you think of before you go to sleep. Like, it is your life and your soul goes into it, you know. So I wouldn't say that you know, I'd never ever become a pro at any of those games. If I wanted to improve it, I could put a bit more time into it. But obviously, you know, I've been with family, going out with friends, you know, just chilling out myself. Obviously, we're not going to be starting work soon. And also doing YouTube, you know, factoring in becoming a pro at one of those games, you'll just have to sacrifice something. And these pro gamers who play COD and FIFA literally sacrifice so many things in their life to be able to do, you know, what they're doing now. That was a really, really bad cough. Apologies, guys. You know, like when you've got like something stuck in your throat and like, because you've been talking for a long time and you cough and then like you get that feeling, you go, that's literally what I've done right now. I haven't done a podcast like this for a couple of months now, so I'm still trying to get back into the routine of doing it. We're almost at the end, guys. We've got about another 15 minutes to go. So, again, if you're enjoying this podcast, smash the like, subscribe channel, and also you can download this on SoundCloud as well. But yeah, like, you know, everybody in life can get better, and they can do better in terms of, if you want to get better at something, you put hours into it. If you want to, you know, change the way you look or how the way you feel, you can change it. But don't let anybody get you down or browbeat you or make you feel insecure, because you just... Why? Why would you let somebody do that? Why would you let somebody constantly, you know, browbeat you and make you feel like that? You know, if you agree with what they're saying, you change it. But, you know, you have to take a long, hard look. If it's upsetting you that much and you're in that predicament, then you need to work out exactly, firstly, why am I in that predicament, and also, you know, why am I feeling like that? Why am I letting somebody make me feel like that? Like, do you know what I mean? You know, it's all about, you know, recognising yourself and being able to identify and change in yourself. And what I would say is that stuff like this, in terms of self-esteem and confidence, comes with age. You know, when I was 15, 16, I used to really struggle with it. I'm now 19. You know, I'm a year away from being 20, so I've nearly been on this planet 2 decades. And what I've learned is that everybody has an opinion of you. Every single person has an opinion of you. Right from whether it's a good opinion, bad opinion, and you can't let that define you. What you have to let define you is the choices you take, the choices you make, the roads you take, and, you know, the paths that you set to go down. You know, it sounds like a song, you know. The choices you make, the road you take, the path you go down. This track coming soon. I'm joking. You know, it is... I've completely lost my train of thought there. It's completely about you taking destiny of your own life. You know, everyone's going to have an opinion of you. Everybody is going to be, you know, saying stuff to you your whole life that you're not going to like, and you've got to be able to mould and take control of that and not let that define you or upset you. You know, you've got to be able to take control of that and be able to sit there and say to yourself, you know, I can do this. You know, and if I want to get better, so I will do that. And you know, I'm not going to let anybody, you know, walk all over me and do that per se. And I just think, guys, you know, self-confidence and, you know, growing your esteem comes with age. And it's also about help. You need good people around you. You need loving friends, loving family that make you feel good. You also need to be doing something that you love and taking it from there. Like YouTube has made me such a happier person. And I was a happy person before that, but I generally have never been as happy as I am now. You know, I have a lovely family. I have a lovely set of friends most of the time. I've got a job that I absolutely love to do. I'm passionate. Like, I go to bed thinking of how I'm gonna, you know, grow my YouTube channel, and wake up what I'm gonna do today on my YouTube channel. Like, generally, like, that is my passion, and that is like excelling. Like, excelling doing YouTube. I say it's the only thing I'm really excelling. I'm good at other stuff, like good at games. You know, good at talking. You know, I'm good at, you know, writing and doing like the English, like my English skills are very, very good, although I cannot spell to save my life anymore. My spelling has gone out the window. I don't know what happens with that. Please let me know, like, I used to be so good at spelling at school, right? I used to be able to spell so many good words, and now my spelling, like doing my plan for this podcast, right, and this plan right here, which kind of gives me a line which you can't see. Can you see that? See if we focus. Yeah, it's right there. But I made so many spelling mistakes on it yesterday, and I was just like, what are you doing? So, apart from my spelling, which is absolutely atrocious, but there are things that I'm good at, and there are things that I'm decent at, but I say the only thing I truly excel in is YouTube, and I generally believe that. But it's made me a happier person, you know. As I said, got a lovely family who support what I'm doing 100%, and just love the bones of it. I love the bones of all of them. You know, my lad group support what I'm doing. They make me laugh. You know, they cheer me up. And they're just a great bunch. We have our up and down moments, but we are just at such a tight niche of friends, and they are just absolutely amazing. I don't know what I'd do without them. Really, they really do make me happy. Even though at times they can upset me and annoy me, but you get that in all walks of life, in all friendship groups. They all, you know, you always get, you know, moments in your friendship groups that are really, really happy. There are also moments where you'll get really, really upset if you're a sensitive person like me. The only thing I need now is a really nice girlfriend and a good job, and I'll be rosy. But that's a whole different topic for a whole different podcast, really. But yeah, you know, so life is good at the minute for me right now, you know, and I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. It's been a crazy 9 months. You know, how I've seen the YouTube community in general, and how I've seen the controversy, and how the small YouTube community is taken off, and also the fact of how we have kind of been, how I've moulded into the YouTube community, and how I see the YouTube community from the eyes from someone who just casually watched YouTube to now content creator. Kind of, it's all of those kind of stuff that makes me feel, you know, blessed and happy. And then obviously my YouTube channel has changed dramatically over the last kind of 9 months from where we started. You think of that very first video to where we are right now. It has just been an incredible transition. And the beauty of it, we've only just begun. You know, we're at 135 subs. We're almost at 6,000 channel views. We've got a long way to go. The potential of this channel is absolutely brilliant. You know, we can continue to expand and grow our family. I can do loads of different videos and new videos, and the future looks bright. And I'm just at the position where I'm loving life right now. And the final message I'm going to give to you guys is that, as I said right at the start of this video, the highs and lows of YouTube. There are highs and lows in life. You have moments in your life which are absolutely amazing. There are moments which are going to be really, really tough and are going to be strenuous on you. But all in all, and most importantly, there are moments which you can't take for granted. There are moments where you just got to sit back and soak in, and, you know, take in what life has to you. Because life will go like that. You know, life flies by and constantly, you know, one blink of an eye and, you know, 20, 30 years will pass. So you've got to make every minute count, and sometimes you've just got to sit back and take a step and breathe in the life of YouTube. And if you can do that, you know, if you can, you know, be able to enjoy life, get through the low points, you know, enjoy and smell and swallow the high points, and just enjoy a really happy and successful life, then we're all here, for the long haul, basically. And we're not here very long on this world. At any point our life could end like that. You don't know what's around it. The corner. You've got to make every minute count, make every moment matter, and just keep happy, keep strong, keep solid, keep secure, and most importantly, just enjoy it every single day, because every single day could be your last. And I want to end it on a really positive point. All of you out there supporting this channel and also supporting each other's channel and also just being positive and energetic about life are all amazing people as well. And if you are having a tough time right now, you can change, and you can upscale your life, and you can turn all of these negative things into positives, and you can help yourselves 100%. So if life is getting you down and you feel like you can't go any further, you can always turn it around. You can always save a situation. So don't let life beat you. You need to beat life, basically. That is it for the first podcast, the DJ Bagpuss Show Season 2 Podcast 1. We are currently 2 hours in. This is the longest podcast I've ever done. And these are what these podcasts are going to be like. They're going to be longer. They're going to be more generalised, talking about general stuff. And we're going to be just doing so many different things. I also have one final announcement to give to you guys. Q&A with the DJ is returning. It is returning. Oh yes, you didn't think I was going to bring back the DJ Bagpuss Show and not do Q&A with the DJ. Now the next podcast is going to be quite a serious podcast, talking to you about being ill, incidentally. That is going to be a very serious podcast in 2 weeks' time. But then we're going to be doing a Christmas podcast. That is going to be the third podcast. The DJ Bagpuss Show Season 2 Podcast 3 is going to be a Christmas podcast, and I want you guys to send me in Christmas questions. We're going to be talking all things Christmas, what I plan to do this Christmas, my Christmas moments, the 5 things you need to do at Christmas, and just talking everything Christmassy. I'm going to get some Christmas jumpers and all that lovely stuff as well. I want you guys to send me in Christmas questions, and at the end of that episode we will do Q&A with the DJ, and I will be answering your Christmas questions. Now, to enter Q&A with the DJ, all you need to do is tweet me your Christmas questions to DJ Bagpuss 1998. Use the hashtag Christmas Q&A with the DJ. I'll put it on screen now. So contact me on Twitter at DJ Bagpuss 1998. Use the hashtag Christmas Q&A with the DJ. Hashtag DJ Bagpuss Show. The closing date for Q&A with the DJ is the 12th of December 2017. I'll put all the information in the description below and on my Twitter as well. That is going to be it for the first podcast. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed it. My mouth, you don't know how dry my mouth is. Like, it literally, there's no saliva in there whatsoever, and I'm absolutely starving. So I'm going to get some food, get some drinks, and start basically editing this episode. It's going to be coming out hopefully in the next couple of days. I'm recording this on the 27th of November. My aim is to get it out on Friday the 1st of December, but whenever this comes out, you will see it on my channel. Also, the day that it comes out, go to my SoundCloud. I've literally started my SoundCloud account. The podcast is now out live on my SoundCloud. You can download it free of charge, and you can listen to it anywhere you like. It will be an MP3. So please go over to my SoundCloud. You can follow me on SoundCloud, and over the next couple of days, I'm going to be adding the entire first season of the DJ Bagpuss Show to that SoundCloud as well. Please make sure to leave a like on this video if you've enjoyed this podcast. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here for more amazing content. Follow me on Twitter, as I said, at DJ Bagpuss 1998. Use the hashtag at DJ Bagpuss Show to contact me. And also let me know your comments, questions and views down in the comment section below, and also use the hashtag to contact me. Also remember, Q&A with the DJ, send me your questions at Christmas Q&A, well, at DJ Bagpuss 1998, hashtag Christmas Q&A with the DJ. This is DJ Bagpuss signing out. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall speak to you all later. Until next time, take care, and I shall see you all soon. Bye bye.